You're live.
The red
Alright.
light.
So, I guess I should jump in.
No, don't jump. Just sit.
Oh,
Ah! Golly, what the heck?
big guy. Hi, honey. I wanted to get you something special this year for your birthday. And what do you get somebody who can go out and buy whatever they want? So, I wanted to go down memory lane with your parents and have them share some of your experiences and memories and have you watch it a few times or a million times, and you'll always have it. So, here we go. Take one. Presley's in the background, and she has agreed not to talk. So let's see how long we can go for. If she goes the whole time, she gets chocolate or vanilla ice cream on the way home. Can you do it? She nodded her head yes. Okay. So going back to 1977. Do you guys remember 1977? Because I sure don't. I wasn't around yet.
I don't.
What were you both doing for work in 1977? And we'll start there. What were you guys doing in 1977 for work?
Okay, I'll start. 1977, I had been working at the VA hospital for 4 years. 4 years?
What were you
Yes.
doing?
4 years as a secretary in social work. And I worked for, you may remember me talking about him, a man named Joe Whitener, who was my career mentor. And right after you were born, maybe 2 years after you were born, he started encouraging me to go back to school to get my undergraduate degree in social work. So in 1977, yes, I was working full-time at the VA hospital as a secretary. I did not go, I finished undergraduate school in 1982.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Oh, okay.
But in 1977, you were at the VA for 4
Yes.
years.
Mhm.
And where's
As a
Joe?
secretary.
Where's Joe now?
Joe died in 1985.
Wow, right after that, huh?
Well, a little while after
Shortly.
that.
Dad,
Um,
1977.
I was delivering newspapers.
Not that late, no,
I wasn't.
no.
I'm working for McDonald's.
No, 77, you were at
Where was
the
I?
job you'd been for 30 years. You were at
Oh,
Irwin,
Brewster.
or it might have been Brewster at the
Brewster.
time.
Yeah, I got a job. Well, I was at McDonald Training Center for a while, and
Where was that?
well, I was over at the old Drew Park Airport, and was beside it, and they trained challenged youth and retarded youth to go into the job world. And then my boss came up, who was my boss, Terry Graham, really nice guy, and he hired me for Hillsborough County to go to work as a coordinator and career guidance counselor for Hillsborough County schools. And I took the job because it wasn't a 9-month job, it was a 12-month job. And Mom and I were, I think we were kind of struggling in 77, weren't we?
We're always struggling.
Yeah, we were always, well, not always struggling. But that's when I went to work, and we started at, wait a minute. We started at the Model Cities Work Center, which was a converted synagogue. And we worked there for 3 or 4 years. And biggest thing I remember one time is we came to work after a rainstorm, and it flooded the whole basement where we worked.
Basement in Florida?
And it was a basement, big area where they
Under a
met.
church.
Synagogue church. And we had to squeegee the whole place out. And then later I was transferred over to Brewster Vocational Center, where we set up in a mechanics garage. We converted it into a working area where we met our students and we tested and worked with them. So that's kind of what I was doing in 1977, I think.
How big was the house?
At that time, it was,
1,500 square feet.
I think, no, we'd already done the first remodel. We had made the front bedroom and added the half bath.
77?
Yes.
Before
and-
77?
Yeah.
We
The
had
two
already
kids?
done that. We bought the house, it was, in 1970, it was the 3-1. By 77, we had added the laundry room to the back, and we had converted the front bedroom, went all the way out to the front of the house, which
Yeah.
left a half porch, and added the half bath.
Mhm.
And then it was in 79 that we expanded out the south of the house, the east of the house into the side yard, and it became a 4-3. So in
Yeah.
77, it was a
79,
3-2.
yeah. Mhm. We still have old pictures of that, if you ever want to see them again.
Where are they?
And I can remember because you were a baby and I was carrying you around. Wasn't she a baby then?
Yeah, she's a
Yeah, I was carrying you
She
around,
wasn't a baby, she was
and
a
I was
toddler.
introduced you to the two workers that were there that completed the living room, family room section of the house
And the master bedroom.
and the master bedroom. We were very excited about that. And that's what we were doing at that time in the house. It was expanding. And then later, how much later did we add the pool? The parents
It wasn't too long after that.
Yeah.
How old was Holly when you added the pool?
Was she
Oh, gosh.
5 or 6?
I think she was older than that. I think she was probably close to 10.
Yeah.
Because we had it when the girls were teenagers,
Yeah.
and so she had to be just under 10. Let's see, that Mary would have been 17 when she was 10.
Oh, Mary. Oh, yes,
No, I would say Mary was about 14, so she was about 7.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
5. They're 9 years apart.
I do
Something
remember
like
the
that's
girls
hard to
growing up.
remember.
Now, the girls were
Okay.
old enough, they were dating. Wendy had some boyfriends over in the pool. And of course, Richard Badillo was there. He came over and, so yeah. How long did we have the pool? At least 10 years, didn't we?
All right, so how did Wendy and Mary Jane take the news that they were going to have a new little sibling?
They were thrilled.
Oh.
They were thrilled to think they might have a brother or a sister. Of course, at that time, we didn't know what we were having. We didn't know ahead of time, did we? When Holly was born.
We didn't know if it was a boy or girl.
No, they didn't have that technology then. No, we didn't know.
The technology to know if she was a boy or a girl.
They didn't have sonograms.
Sonograms.
They didn't have sonograms back
No.
then? Wow.
That's right, that's right. We didn't know if it was, yeah, we didn't have a sonogram. Didn't have that technology, so it was a surprise whether we were having a boy or a girl.
Well, I remember going to sleep at night thinking all I could say is, Michael, come to me, Michael, come to me.
And that's how Holly got her middle name, Michelle,
Yeah.
because
Yep.
Michael was never born.
You should have just kept it Michael. It would have been different, right?
Well,
It would have
Only
been different,
Michael.
yeah,
Could've.
maybe a little different spelling or something. But then she was born. The big baby, wasn't she? No, Mary Jane was the biggest.
Mary was 9'2", Wendy was 7-something, and Holly was 8-something.
Yeah.
The big
Yeah.
head.
Holly had the biggest cheeks, I remember that.
She had the chubby cheeks.
She had really good chubby cheeks.
Was there a third baby shower or a party? Do you remember that?
Yes, because I had no baby things at that point.
Right.
Wendy was 7 years old and Mary was 9. They had one for me at work. Got a lot of nice things. I think I even had another one at church, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty sure we did.
Yeah. Was it Weaver's house? No.
No, that was Mary Jane's wedding.
Oh, Mary Jane's wedding.
Yeah.
Getting it confused.
So tell us about Holly as the youngest child. Was she loud or quiet?
Well, I think I
don't
always
think
saw her
either.
more as pensive. She would listen a lot, and as she used to tell me later, she learned a lot from watching her sisters.
That was my next question. So yeah,
She
yeah,
did.
it was.
She,
Yeah,
yeah,
she,
I wouldn't say she was quiet, and neither was she loud. She just, the sisters adored her. She
Oh,
always-
yeah.
always.
And from watching her sisters, she learned how to protect her clothes from Wendy.
That wouldn't have been a problem.
Wouldn't have been a problem.
Wendy-
Wendy
Wendy
would try
takes her
on
clothes
anything
down.
and everything.
Yeah, now.
Yeah. All right, who were her friends growing up?
Oh, and she had the same friends forever.
Um,
Oh, there's so many of them.
Well, she went to Mama Loopy's. That was her babysitter.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, Diane Myers, young boy was there.
no, not at Mama Loopy's. He just came to the first birthday. So her friends at an early age were the ones that Mama Loopy kept. But I couldn't tell you who any of them were. And for your first birthday, Mama Loopy threw your first birthday party.
Mm-hmm.
And because she was Mexican, Hispanic, she really did it up good. She had a big cake with,
Oh, yeah.
with Cinderella, had a carriage princess cake.
And,
Yeah.
and Holly had a crown on her head or something. She was dressed in pink, if I
Yes.
remember.
Yeah.
And she just looked like a little pink princess.
Well, she was a little pink princess.
And,
Yeah. After that,
so many kids
let's see. The next friend that I can remember really was you in grade school, and it was primarily Melissa.
yeah. Donna.
No, Donna wasn't a friend of hers early.
I
That
thought
came
she was
later.
in elementary
Mm-mm.
school.
No,
Mm.
no.
That's all I remember is Melissa.
That's the earliest one I can remember,
Yeah.
is Melissa.
Well, she went to, what was the elementary school she went to?
She went to one up there.
Roosevelt?
Yes.
She went to Roosevelt?
She went to Roosevelt.
Wow.
And then she went to.
She didn't go to Roosevelt for all 6 years, did she?
Yeah.
Yeah, why wouldn't she?
That just escaped
Yeah.
me.
Well, because the after daycare, she went to Jane Rushing's.
What about
Oh, that's what it was.
what about in Tallahassee? Remember any of her friends or doing gymnastics or anything in Tallahassee?
Well, that was 1982.
She was 5.
So she wasn't
Yeah.
quite 5. She was
4.
a little over 4 at that point. And she went up to Tallahassee with me. We lived with Aunt Frances in Quincy. And Aunt Frances, God rest her soul, she was just such a wonderful woman. And
Love
Yeah.
Holly.
well, yes, she just loved little children too. And Aunt Frances made sure she took gymnastics. And
Mhm.
then she took baton lessons.
Baton lessons.
And then they had their little annual parade in
Mhm.
Quincy. And
Downtown Quincy?
Huh?
I've been to downtown Quincy.
Yeah, downtown Quincy. We used to play a game when we go to Quincy. It was
Count.
count the white people.
Count the
You
white
could
people.
do it on 2 hands. So when the parade came, she was a little baton twirler.
Mm-hmm.
Had this little blue uniform Aunt Frances made for her to match the rest of the girls.
Mm-hmm.
And she marched in the parade.
And she was easy to pick out. in
And
the
she was
parade,
very
too.
easy to find in the crowd, because I think there were only 2 white girls in the group.
Yep.
And
Mhm.
but she handled it really well. She stayed with the group. I left her there, and then when they started actually going down the parade, once she saw me on the side of the street, she left the group and wouldn't go back.
Oh yeah, she's probably happy to see you, right?
Oh yeah, well
At
she was
4?
only
4.
4 to 5 years.
Oh, she
old.
felt
Wasn't
discriminated
5
upon,
yet.
She was discriminated.
No,
She
she
wasn't.
wasn't either. She had no.
I'm the
problem.
only white girl in the parade, Mommy!
Richard, stop
Oh,
that.
sorry. But she was.
So
She was
sh-
4 years old.
So then she came back. You guys came back, and she started kindergarten down here.
Yes, and that was at Roosevelt.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Watching Holly grow, did you have any idea as to what she would eventually become?
Well, she was always pretty independent.
Well, she was also creative at a very young age.
Very
too.
creative, yes.
Very creative.
At one point, she had a strong interest in photography.
Always
and,
taking pictures.
Videography.
Videography. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
We can remember taking her downtown. She wanted to do those black and white shots and
Mhm.
different things like that. So she had, talked about going into maybe some kind of a career utilizing that. But you're right, she was very creative. But no, she never really expressed what she wanted, an ultimate goal. So,
No, I remember one time, she couldn't have been much older, maybe 5 or 6, but Mary Jane had her boyfriend over. What was his name?
Mike.
Mike. And she was young, 14, I think Mike was 14, and she was gonna have dinner for Mike. Oh, but Holly, being her creative self, dressed up with a little apron on and a little
Chef hat.
chef hat, and she came out.
Had her
and
name
said,
on it, Holly.
And what would you like, Daddy? Some water, please. And then she'd go, okay, back in. And hurry it up, will ya? She'd snap at me, you know. She always liked to snap at her dad a lot. But it was a cute thing because she was waiting on him.
Well, you would always ask what the charge was.
Oh, yeah. What was the charge, little girl? I don't know. I have to get the check. I'll be right back. That kind of stuff.
Do we tip her?
Yeah, I mean, she was always imaginative and always thinking about cool things to do. And, I mean, the girls just loved her, you know. She's like, hey, let's play with Holly, you know. Oh, you remember that time when she was born, when she was in the tub, and the girls were running around?
her.
Her face was bouncing up and
Yeah,
down.
yeah, well, Holly definitely remembers that. She gets a little bit embarrassed by it,
Yeah.
the big chubby cheeks.
Yeah, but as long as we look at it, we can't stop laughing. Every time I see it, I just crack up.
We have a video of that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
with her
yeah.
tongue, she'd stick her tongue out, big cheeks.
Yeah. She's cute.
Holly loves sports and her friends and her boyfriend, but what was it that you saw in her that made her love those things so much? Why did she love all of those things?
Well, sports. She was just a people person. She ingratiated herself easily in about anything she did, and I think she was also creative in school too. But I used to sneak out from work or get out of work, and I'd go down and watch her run. And she never ran. She never ran. She was a shuffle runner. I used to yell at her, and she got really pissed off at me. Come on, and Miss